to do stuff, and I just feel like downtown Naperville and stuff is going to be. I mean, there are already people that don't usually have like outdoor dining and stuff are having out. They put up tents and like all the businesses are obviously hurting. So, they're trying to get revenue any way that they can to have that outdoor dining.
I
Hey,
think
Bruce,
I'll
I'm
let
sorry. Can you
someone else.
touch? The camera popped up a little on you. It's about the same. A little bit more if you can. Sorry.
What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I think the
Hey,
quality looks
Ryan,
good.
what's up? You got Malik?
Your mic's open, Malik, so they should hear you.
All right, cool. Thanks. Hey, Ryan, you got Malik?
Yeah, what's up, man?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, brother. Um, Bruce, you got me?
Yeah, yeah. Just trying to get my camera right.
Okay. You doing all right?
Yep. You.
Yeah.
Just a busy day. That's still too high, huh?
Now, let's see. So sit back where you're comfortable. Yeah, you see the vent right above your head. Basically, we just gotta get rid of that
Yeah, I'm just
vent.
having trouble with this angle on the. It's on a ledge. The camera's on a ledge,
And
so
Ryan, I would
What's
you're a
up?
little off center. I would just there you go, just like that. You got it.
Good. All right,
Thanks.
cool.
yeah, I'm having some trouble here. How's that?
That's good, Bruce. Thanks.
Okay. It's Gizmo's final appearance, I think. She's dying.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah, she's had a good life.
Hey, Elise, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
Lise, how you doing?
Hi, Bruce. How are you?
Good. Now that I've seen you and Ryan, I'm much better.
Oh, well, that's nice. I thought it might be the opposite.
It's when Cole shows up, that's when it gets,
Oh, got it. I won't tell him you said that.
you can. I mean, it has a way of getting back to him. I mean, we are being taped most of the time, so.
It's true. And mic'd up where everyone can hear.
He's tired of me anyway.
You guys are buddies on this show.
Yeah. Yep. We're
Bruce,
tight.
you do every single one?
I don't know about every single one, but most. Yeah.
You've definitely done a lot.
Malik, he insists that I show up all the time.
You make a lot of good points. Like I'm thinking one way and then I hear you and I'm like, oh yeah, Bruce is probably right.
Yeah, but there's only so much of that curmudgeonly guy that you want. You want some fresh, new opinions, better smiles, better
But you have
looking.
Gizmo.
I have Gizmo, but like I said, this is his last appearance. He's
Why?
yeah, he's dying.
I'm sorry.
I know.
That's so sad.
I know, but he's had a good life. Say
How
goodbye to
old?
everyone.
What's
15.
up?
Talk about a buddy.
Yeah,
He's been a buddy.
it'll be difficult, but You know, you don't want to see them suffer.
What's this,
No,
Bruce?
definitely not.
Gizmo, all right?
No, Gizmo's it's going to be covering Angels games pretty soon.
Oh man, how old is he?
15.
Hmm. I'm sorry about that, Bruce.
Right. Good life.
I got a 14. My cat Puffy's 14.
Yeah.
Puffy.
They live long. They live long. I've had a 20
Yeah.
and a 17.
Oh
Oh,
man,
wow.
Yeah.
Man.
my wife just tricked me into getting a dog for her birthday, but we have to wait. Yeah, believe me, I'm like Robert De Niro in Meet the Parents. I like cats, man. You know, you have to work
I'm
for
a
a
dog
cat's
person.
affection.
That's funny. There's two cat people. I feel like a lot of people are dog people, but it's good to have cat people in your lives too.
Good. The
I feel like I've never.
outside guys are working on me
Hey,
right
Elise,
now.
you got Malik.
Yes, I do.
Hey, how are
What's up,
you?
Malik?
Hey, Cole.
Good. How are you?
What's going on, man?
Good. Cole,
I was
can
just telling
you
him. What you got?
go ahead? What were you saying?
No, I was just saying I've never seen a cat eat their own poo. I've seen dogs do that.
True.
How do you make that point?
When you get your dog, you'll see it. Trust me. I see
Yeah,
it
hopefully I
probably
won't.
once a week.
There's a contract being signed where
Oh, God.
primary caretakers will be my daughter and wife.
Hey, can you, Cole, call up what I just sent you? I want to have you do these three reads before we start.
I'll get 10 counts from everyone.
All right. You want to start with me?
Oh, they're off. Are they off cam? Oh, geez.
Yeah, no, they're all
Oh,
on camera. After Kevin gets his count,
these are all on cam.
yeah, but each you can see how they're broken up.
Holy moly, though! But I mean,
No, the bottom one, excuse me, you can do off cam. Do the bottom one off cam.
oh,
That's
okay,
fine.
okay.
But the first two are just the promo reads. So let Kevin get counts from the other talent, and then we'll single you up, and we'll do all three of those.
All right. Well, let me jot these all down because I mean, I'm just getting these right now. I mean,
Okay, go ahead, Kevin, if you want to work on everyone else.
Bruce, quick 10 count, slow 5 count if you can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. Elise, can you do the same for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. And then you, Ryan, if you can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. Thanks.
So you guys, while Cole's getting prepped for the A block, we're talking about the proposed cuts that are going to be happening across the board and throughout minor leagues. So we'll start with you, Ryan. Obviously, you've spent a good chunk of your career in the minor leagues, so you can, give good context to why this is important. And then we'll follow it up with you, Elise, and then with you, Bruce. But we'll really dig into that conversation in the A block.
Okay.
So, there's some rumors about what Cubs players have been announced, but we have nothing official from the team, so let's just stay away from that now. So we can just have a general discussion about what these cuts are going to mean. Keep in mind the draft is coming up June 10th. So, a lot that's going to happen here in the next, 12 days. So we'll have that discussion in the 8th. Okay, you guys, I just want Cole's going to do 3 promo reads for me, and then we'll start the show.
Hold on, my screen just went off. What the heck? Oh, there it goes. Jesus, this freaking computer.
Your something happened with your audio, Cole.
Would it be okay? Can we just do these after so we can get these guys on their way? So I don't
Well,
have to sit
no,
here and
because
wait.
they need them early. Usually I would say yes, but they asked today if we could do them before, just because we're going to do
Okay.
our best stuff after. So yeah, usually I would be
Okay.
totally okay with that. Thank you, everybody, for your patience.
It's cool. I got till 3.
No one's worried about you, Bruce.
Ooh.
Hey, dude.
See how
I
they
am
treat me?
Bruce.
This is a abuse.
Hey, and by the way, I was only in the minor leagues for like 3 years. It wasn't that long.
Yeah, that was you were there for a long time, according to Malik.
Suzanne, you got
A
Sorry.
long time.
Yeah, sorry. I'm wondering if
No
you're
disrespect,
hearing
Ryan.
audio.
3 years is a good thing.
I'm,
That's all good.
I'm just kidding.
Let me check again.
All right.
Kevin, are you good with this green screen?
Yeah, as soon as he's ready to sit back, I'll triple check it. But from what I'm seeing now, it looks good.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Let's try to knock them out one by one, just so I'm not trying to gather all my thoughts on all of these and to get these things done. What's it now, Malik? What's this guy's name? Because
I'm not hearing audio on the recording.
Chicago Fire striker Robert Barrick.
All right.
Beric, B-E-R-I-C.
The new record folder phone real quick.
Hold on a second.
Cole, top above your right shoulder, I'm seeing just a little bit. The green screen is bleeding off a little bit. Tilt the other way there. Right there, perfect. You
got it. Boom.
It's Robert Barrett.
There's
Robert Barrick? Okay.
Already coming.
Yeah.
It's just called today's date.
Thanks. Riley, I did a individualized and alpha one.
And you didn't hear audio on any of them, Suzanne?
No. And I tested it with another one from yesterday, and that did have audio. So I'm not sure.
All right. Here we go. One more time.
Bruce, one more time, a 5 count if you can. I'm sorry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Elise, one more time, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. And then Ryan.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Awesome. And Cole, since I got you, just a slow 5 count quick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you.
He's checking that. Riley and Dan.
Hey, Cole.
Yo.
Yeah.
Say it like this. Robert Barrett.
Is he using the new camera or no?
Barrick.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Perfect.
So, hey, Cubs fans, after the game, Chicago Fire striker Robert Barrick and former Cubs World Series champ Matt Caesar.
Yeah, just Robert Barrett. You're good.
Cool.
But is it Barrich or Barrich?
Barrich.
I don't want to get it wrong because I know, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I just listened to it. I just listened to it phonetically. It's Barrett.
What?
You
Okay.
heard on the iPhones, but not the program record?
Because it's still, Malik, I've still yet to watch a soccer game in my life.
Hey, Kevin, what file are you using?
Well, you're missing out on a lot of things in life, Cole.
Or are you using your,
Yeah, I'm using NDI.
You ready here, Kevin?
Stand by real quick.
You know what it could be? Kevin, go to outputs.
I think it was after the game.
All right, Cole. One more 5 count. Sorry, we're just trying to clean up some audio.
You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bruce, quick 5 count one more time. Sorry, thank you.
Excuse me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Elise, sorry, one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you. And Ryan, one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, Malik, I'm rolling for these promos. Am I doing one of these the fonts for Stadium?
Yeah, the first one is for you're reading the Robert Barrett one, right, Cole?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So just name font them,
Copy.
and then you
I'm
should
rolling
have the. Yep. Okay. Just count yourself in and do it, Cole.
You got it. In 3, 2, 1. Hey there, Cubs fans. Make a note because after the game, Chicago Fire striker Robert Barrich and former Cubs World Series champion Matt Caesar, they stopped by the stadium at 7 o'clock. And then at 7:30 on Cubs 360, well, the hilarious comedian and Cubs fan extraordinaire Roy Wood Jr., he joins the show. You won't want to miss a single second. That's Cubs 360, 7:30, right here on Marquee Sports Network.
Okay. And then Kevin, you have your slab for this one.
Yep, I got it.
Okay. Can I see it, please? All right. Go ahead.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. Coming up on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, how will the minor league cuts? That's what I get for not writing this one down and trying to do it straight off the phone. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hey, coming up on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, how will the minor league cuts affect the overall when it comes to Major League Baseball? Plus, comedian Roy Wood Jr., he stops by. I'm out of order. You know what? Let me just write it down. I should have just wrote it down in the first place instead of trying to go ahead and do it. You know what's crazy, Malik? I was watching something like a documentary yesterday with my wife, and I saw like they had all these reporters and they were doing stuff, and like they were old, like they were like at least my age, and they were doing stuff on their phone. And I'm like, how do they not write stuff down? Like I feel like if I don't write it down.
It's weird that you said they're old because a lot of college kids, that's the only way they know how to do it.
It's nuts. I feel like just the typing, though. I feel like when you see it come out of your pen, I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just old school.
You ready, Cole? Kevin, can you say on the flip?
Yep.
I can't.
Give me a second.
Thanks.
All right, ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1. Hey, coming up right here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. How will the minor league cuts affect Major League Baseball? And do the Cubs have the deepest, most homegrown system in all of the bigs? We'll talk about that. Plus, comedian and Cubs fan extraordinaire Roy Wood Jr. He stops by right here on Cubs 360, 7:30, only on Marquee Sports Network. Tune in.
Okay, you can do the next one. Just do it off camera. It's just a read.
You got it. In 3, 2, 1. It is time to release our Ultimate Cubs lineup tournament bracket presented by UI Health. Now get a load of this. Each competitor built a team of Cubs players from any point in team history. And here are the first round matchups that will be simulated by Stratomatic. On Monday's show, it'll be Carlos Pena versus Mark DeRosa and Len Casper head to head with his broadcast partner, JD, Jim DeShays. Then on Tuesday, my team, the best if you ask me, goes up against Bruce Levine's lineup, and Doug Glanville, he faces off with Matt Spiegel. Now let's move over to the other side of the bracket. That's Wednesday's agenda. It's a battle of former pitchers, Rick Sutcliffe and Ryan Dempster, and they lock horns, followed by Tony Andracki versus Taylor McGregor in Game 2. Now the first round concludes on Thursday as Elise Menaker faces Chris Myers and George Will battles Sean Marshall. You can get a load of this on Cubs 360 Daily to see who advances, and visit MarqueeSportsNetwork.com for more on our Ultimate Cubs lineup tournament.
All right, nice. We can start the show, Kevin. Thanks for your patience, everybody. For some reason, we had to do those early today. Thanks.
Who do you want to start first question with?
Ryan.
Start with Ryan.
And Elise,
Start with
and then
Ryan.
Bruce.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
All right.
Orange County's open, Malik.
Yeah, trust me, I'm well aware. Are you guys seeing my message?
Yep, got it.
Yes.
All right, good. Great. Thank you, guys.
Hey, everybody.
You all set, Kevin?
My
Whenever you're
document
ready.
is still loading. Because I got to get to
Yeah.
let me just get to that VO real quick, Malik. It's still loading up. I don't know.
Yep.
Sometimes it does that.
Show me a
me
Cole
document.
single when you're ready.
Let me just
Kevin.
close them all out, and then I'll pull it back up. Well, David Price. It's fantastic.
Hey, when are they thinking people are going to be back in the studio? They have any idea on that?
No answer yet. I mean, we're
Really?
kind of lockstep with what's happening with the state and the city. So there's really
Gotcha.
no answer quite yet. And also too what the Cubs are doing. So I think we'll know more in a couple of weeks.
Gotcha.
Why, are you itching to get into that Chicago traffic?
No, no, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I'm itching to just get away from my damn kids, man.
I knew it. I knew you were going to go to family life. I knew it. I knew it was the kids.
Jesus.
I like it this way. It keeps me nice and socially distant from Bruce, so can't complain.
Is
All right, I'm on.
All right, guys. Thank you for your patience again. Good energy here. So again, the traffic will be after Cole sets it up. It'll be Ryan, Elise, and then Bruce. All right. So let's have some fun. You ready, Cole?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's a fun-filled Friday, and I'm Cole Wright back again. And this, folks, is Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite. Now, today on the show, we're going to ask you if the Cubs have the best stable of homegrown talent in all of Major League Baseball. Plus, Cubs fan extraordinaire and comedian Roy Wood Jr. He's going to stop by to talk about 2016, the World Series championship, and his bathrobe. But we can't get into all that until we meet all of our panelists today. And as usual, it's Bruce Levine, Elise Menaker, and Ryan Sweeney. Guys, thanks for stopping by. And today we're getting the show started. We're talking a little dollars and cents because a guy that makes a whole lot of dollars is making a whole lot of sense right about now. Now, David Price, as we know, hasn't thrown a meaningful pitch for the Los Angeles Dodgers as of yet, but he's already making a huge impact within the organization. Now, Price is giving $1,000 to every Dodgers minor leaguer that is not on the 40-man roster. Now, Price has already made about, get this, $175 million over his career, and he is far from finished. Now, Price's contribution, it comes on the heels of a tough day for minor leaguers throughout baseball. Reports indicating that close to 1,000 players have been released and more releases could be coming. Now, the 2020 minor league season is expected to be canceled outright, and 25% of Major League Baseball's affiliates, they're expected to be cut. And the 2020 draft, which begins on June 10th, will only be 5 rounds. Now, Ryan, no doubt these are tough times for Major League Baseball, but how will these cuts affect baseball overall?
Yeah, this is very unfortunate. I think obviously what David Price did in stepping up, I mean, that's a huge thing. Being a former minor league player myself, I mean, these guys don't get paid enough as it is. The $400 a week, I'm sure, yeah, that helps. But I mean, let's be honest. I think that's less than what people are getting in unemployment right now. So what David Price did, that was amazing. I just think that this whole thing, it affects every single industry, and it's definitely going to affect baseball. There's a lot of factors that we just don't know that are going to happen with the minor league season, but I do definitely think that this is going to be something that will affect these minor league players for maybe even their whole career.
Ryan, I'm with you. I feel for these players, these minor league teams. Just directly with the question, I feel like we continue to see the fallout as we hear about the players and owners negotiating. Now we're kind of seeing the trickle down effect as the owners really try to save or not lose as much money. And, like I said, I feel for them, but I feel like the direct impact is going to be on those players, the minor league teams, and the local economies. I worked in Milwaukee for a couple of years, and I have to tell you that Appleton relies a lot more on the Timber Rattlers than Milwaukee does the Brewers. Or you can take it a step further. Another example, the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. They're renting their team on their stadium on Airbnb. So that just tells you how crazy and dire of times it is and what these minor league teams mean to these towns. I just want to point out something interesting too, when you kind of look at this in the grand scheme of things. Even before the pandemic, MLB was looking at restructuring the minor league system. You could say designating more resources to fewer players. Could that even mean eliminating teams? So you have to wonder, is this another example? Cole, you mentioned the draft, 40 to 5 rounds. Is this just another new norm or new landscape of baseball?
Well, they are going to eliminate more minor league teams, and you're right, Elise. That was a part of the edict. Are they taking a bigger advantage of this now because of the pandemic? I'm not sure about that, but keep something else in mind. Every team by the end of spring training, the beginning of spring training, they have spring training minor league contracts for players that are trying to make teams. And every team usually has between 20 and 30 guys that are invited to spring training to try to make the teams. Certainly not all of them get contracts. So I'm not minimizing the impact, but a lot of these guys are released at the end of spring training. Many of these guys are in this group. Also, what's this is really impacting is the AAA rosters. The AAA rosters are made up of many players that have been in the major leagues, that are trying to get back to the major leagues, that are veteran players. So these are the type of guys that are going to really lose out because there's nowhere for them to go. The top players in every organization, you can bet, are going to still be playing in those organizations. So you're going to see a group of these guys going to minor league camps and hanging out there and being a part of whatever rosters that Major League Baseball and the Players Association can put together. So it's not all doom and gloom. And hopefully a lot of these guys down the line will find jobs, but it is a different area that we're looking at now. It is difficult, and I certainly feel for all these young men.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate to see the minor league system go by the wayside. And Ryan, I want to bounce things back to you because if I'm not mistaken, you spent 3 years in the minors. And how instrumental was that to you when it came to your development?
I mean, it's a stepping stone and a building block. Every level is totally different, and to be able to go through A ball and Double A and Triple A and progress and get to the big leagues, I just feel like some of these guys, how many guys are going to be maybe not get the opportunity, and they were late bloomers, and maybe they got released and they're not going to get the opportunity to play again. I mean, it's just a tough situation for everybody. The other option that I looked at is, maybe these guys not having being able to be picked up by other teams as well. They're not going to be able to, everybody else is cutting 20, 30, 40 guys. They're not going to be able to get picked up by someone else to maybe prolong their career if they were at the end of it. So it's just a tough situation. I mean, everybody would agree, I think, with me, former players, being that minor leagues played a very instrumental part in them developing, especially me coming out of high school. But I mean, this is just going to be, some of these guys are going to have to go get jobs, or if they can't get back into baseball, go do something else.
Well, and the whole minor league system might be up for grabs because what happens to these operators after not being able to make a living this year? What happens to all the people that work at those minor league facilities? I mean, it's going to be chaotic going forward because you might be a major league team looking for an affiliate next year and say, hey, we can't find a Class A affiliate because the ones that were there before all went out of business after 2020's pandemic. So this is a big problem for the entire system, not just for the minor leagues, not just a problem for minor league players, but ultimately possibly a restructuring of how young players are developed going forward.
Yeah, Bruce, I'm with you. I mean, this is not just hitting one player, one team on anything. It's a whole group and organization and minor league baseball. And, Ryan, I know that you could speak to this. The minor league baseball is so unique. One, because it's so deep. No other professional sports league has a system like it does that breeds the players like baseball does, but it's also the experience. You are not living the life in the minor leagues like you do in the major leagues. I'd have to think, Ryan, that relationships you develop, just the experience alone, where you're living, like you were saying, how much you're making. I mean, you're roughing it and trying to accomplish your dream. I mean, that's what these guys are all about. They will do anything to fulfill their dream. And that for me is where I feel for the players because that's all they want to do.
And it's tough, when you're living, you sign out of high school at 18 and you're living in a dorm room with 4 or 5 other guys, and you're making $400 or $500 a week. I always thought, what about those guys that didn't get drafted in the top couple rounds? It's tough for them, and it's a change of lifestyle. And like I said, some of these guys are gonna, be out of baseball because they can't get jobs, and they're gonna have to go find another job. So it is tough, and I definitely feel for them as well.
Yeah, hopefully we will not see a dip in Major League's talent pool, and hopefully we won't see the youth of today choosing perhaps another sport, maybe basketball, hockey, or football. Who knows? All we can do is sit, wait, and watch. Now, more to come right here on Cubs 360, including the Cubs minor league system. Well, we know they developed Javi, KB, Kyle, and Wilson. So do they have the best collection of homegrown talent? We're going to give you some answers ahead right here. You're watching Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite.
Good segment, you guys. Good stuff.
Good stuff, guys.
Love the
I almost
Airbnb.
wanted to, just because I know we didn't have time, and I feel
really
like it's
good.
just the nature of this beast, Malik. But I wanted to almost jump back in and ask Ryan, like, say you're player number 41, and something happens, you're not on that 40-man roster, and you get sent packing. Like, how do you stay ready? How do you keep the mind frame? Okay, like I could get the call at a moment's notice. I could go the rest of the summer and not hear a phone ring.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I had that, at the end of spring training in 2012, I got let go by the Red Sox. And, you have that lull period where everybody's already picked their final roster, for the season. And you kind of have that 2 weeks downtime where you're just trying to work out and get ready to see if anybody's going to pick you up or not. That's kind of the same situation that you're in. You just got to kind of stay ready. I guess you go home, and I mean, you're going to go play somewhere in the minor leagues and not get called up right away either, even for the guys that, have played in the big leagues for a while.
Nope.
All right, you guys. So our B block here, we're going to talk about the Cubs core four. We'll lead off here with Elise. And it's our Miller Lite refreshing take. We're just going to ask you guys, is it the best core in baseball? So young core in baseball. So you guys just give us an opinion on that. So we'll go Elise, Bruce, and then Ryan, and then we'll see what we can time-wise. So you good with that, Cole? Elise, Bruce, and then Ryan.
Yep.
Am I singling him up at the end of the block? Like yesterday, the alternate lineup or anything like that?
No, you can just go right. He can do it off a 4-shot. It's just a regular bump read.
Got it.
Yeah, we're going to do that again next week. So I'll talk to you about it, though.
What's
Good
that?
question.
What's that one on?
Nothing. Just something about traffic. You're good, Cole.
No doubt. Just let me this thing is loading back up again, this document.
Okay.
Bruce, can you sit up a touch taller by chance? Let's just see. Perfect. Thank you. Helps a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why it does this. If I jump out of it, sometimes it'll act kooky. Okay. Let's see.
Excuse me.
No doubt.
You ready, Kev?
Yep, I'm all set.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Good energy, just like that first segment. You ready, Cole? Okay, here we
Yes,
go.
sir.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, back here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite with Bruce, Elise, and Ryan. And what you just saw is when the legend began. Kyle Schwarber, 2015 NLDS versus St. Louis. That pitch hit a whole lot farther than they built the fence. It was absolutely crushed. And that moment right there gets us to our Miller Lite refreshing take of the day. And since we're on the topic of home talent, my question to you guys is, Elise, what happened, Malik?
Nothing. Just start on a 4-shot. That was our bad.
Okay.
You're good.
All
right. Here we go, Cole. 3, 2, 1.
Back here on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. The gang's still in tow. It's Bruce, Elise, and Ryan, and that is when the legend grew. What we just saw, Kyle Schwarber, 2015 NLDS versus, of all teams, the St. Louis Cardinals, and he hit that one, well, a whole lot farther than they built the fence. Absolutely destroyed, and that home run swing gets us to our Miller Lite refreshing take of the day. And since we're on that homegrown talent, my question to you, Elise, is the Cubs have the best homegrown talent stable in all of Major League Baseball. There's Kyle Schwarber, there's Wilson Contreras, there's Chris Bryant, and the list, well, it seems to go on. Javi Baez, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no doubt, Cole. There's no doubt that the Cubs are really good at developing talent. And I think if you just hear that question, you answer yes. I'm not sure many people are going to argue with you. But here's the thing. Then I thought about other teams throughout the league. Take a look at the Dodgers, like Bellinger, Seager, Kershaw, Buehler, Urias, Jansen, Peterson. I mean, that is a long list. You could even bring up the Astros. I'm going to err towards the Dodgers and Cubs, though, because you could just say those guys alone have better character. But let's go back to this homegrown talent of the Cubs, because something to keep in mind is right now the Cubs are in that win now. What does that mean? You spend now, too. So right now their farm system is ranked 22 by Baseball America. But go back to 2015, they were ranked number 1. But then you see they had to use that farm system, that homegrown talent, and then sometimes you even have to trade it. So I think they're in a time now where they have to replenish. But Cole, you mentioned those guys. There's no doubt you can argue they are some of the best in the league.
Well, and Elise is right on. And they had to use, as she said, guys like Gleyber Torres and Eloy Jimenez and Dylan Cease to win a World Series. And with that in mind, you know, and continuing on to the playoffs, they did a sensational job of developing talent. Position player talent, for sure. Pitching talent, not quite as much. But As Elise said, the Dodgers are great, but look at what Toronto's doing with their system. All those great young kids like Guerrero and Bichette and people like that coming along, and Biggio as well. But look right about 8 miles south of Wrigley Field, and you'll see a tremendous group of young players being developed by the Chicago White Sox right now. Some of them were not exactly homegrown; they were traded for, but developed in the White Sox system. So there's some great young players. This is really a great time. It's a renaissance for young players in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I definitely think that these four are obviously the best position players. Now, pitching, I don't know. We'd probably have to pick a different team on that, obviously. But I just definitely think that this is a good situation. Sorry, guys, I lost my train of thought there. Can we start over on that?
It's all good, man.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
once again, my kid just walked in the door. Damn it.
You're on a single, so you're good. You can just probably pick it right back up.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh, okay.
So,
cool.
yeah. So wait, can you hear me, Ryan?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, just pick it up like you were getting it off of Bruce.
Jesus.
Children are the ultimate distractor.
Well, they were at the neighbor's house, but now they just.
Now I know why you want to be in the studio.
Yes, exactly.
All right, I'll count you in. All right, okay? Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with both of you guys. I mean, I think as far as position players go, those four are the best. Now, as far as pitching goes, I think I would probably go with obviously the Dodgers are a different team. I think it kind of means a little bit more when it comes from the internal and having a homegrown team. I just think that, not that anybody can do it and not every team has the finances that they can go out and go get, all-star caliber players. But I just think it means a lot more to have that internal, guys that have played together and can come up through the minor leagues together. And playing with Javi and playing with Bryant towards the end of my career, I just definitely think that it's awesome to see those guys. I mean, I think everybody knew that Bryant was going to be who he is, but to see Javi develop and see the way that he's, grown into taking more walks and hitting more for average, I just think it's been, it's huge for those guys to be able to come up together.
Yeah, the homegrown resume for the Cubs, it gets even stronger because Ian Happ and Albert Elmore Jr., we all know those guys, homegrown talent as well. Now we continue to stick and move right here on Cubs 360, and we're going to loosen things up around this joint because comedian and Cubs fan Roy Wood Jr., he's going to join the show to talk about his favorite Cub and his favorite Cubs hairstyle and the magic of 2016 and that World Series run. That's next right here. This is Cubs 360 presented by Miller Lite.
Jesus. Now the kids next door are ringing the doorbell. So there's my two kids, and then the two kids next door they're not identical twins, but they're two girls, and they're in my kindergarten. Well, they'll be in first grade, same grade. So there's 3 kids, and if I leave the back sliding glass door open, we're in a rental right now because we're building. I'll come downstairs and the girl next door is sitting at the kitchen table, she came in through the back door. I'm like, what are you doing? But I told my wife, I was like, dude, keep them over there till past 3. And I just heard them run in here, and then they must have heard me because they're outside now ringing the doorbell. Lose your train of thought.
That was funny. I'm sorry. All right, you guys. So here for the last segment. So we taped Roy yesterday, so you'll see it within the show. Cole did a good job with him. He's always a really funny dude and diehard Cubs fan. So that was a good segment. So coming off this is our last segment. We're going to show our ultimate Cubs lineup bracket. You guys all did it, and you guys are all within the bracket. So Cole's going to read the story that's going to show where you guys are in the bracket. Not that it matters for your reaction here, but then he's going to tee each of you up, and you'll have about 20 to 30 seconds to tell us why you think your lineup is ultimately the best, and it's going to prevail as the tournament goes on. So keep in mind these games are simulated by Stratomatic.
Hey, Malik, do you want me to read that C tease real quick before we jump into the D's?
Correct. Please, yeah, give me a second.
No doubt.
Yep.
Malik, I got something like 432.
It's unbelievable that Stratomatic is still in business. Like I don't feel like anyone's played Stratomatic since like 1981.
Hey, Tosh.
I hear kids.
I know. Jesus.
Hey,
Hey,
Kevin, can you
Bruce.
sing? You got to read the bump for the C block. Go ahead, Cole. I'll count you in real quick, okay?
All right.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Still ahead here on Cubs 360, the Cubs of today and the Cubs of the past. We're taking more than 100 years of history to create that ultimate Cubs lineup. So who has the best talent? We're going to defend our choices when Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite, bounces back. Stay put.
Great. Thank you, Cole. Do you have something for Bruce?
You got it. I was just asking him. I'll ask him later when we have a break.
Okay, so let's go. We'll go back down the line, starting with Ryan. So we'll go Ryan, Elise, and end on Bruce.
Okay.
And then Cole, you're in the bracket as well. So if you just want to give a quick 15 seconds before we say goodbye.
So Ryan, Elise, Bruce.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
You can tell everybody why you didn't pick Ricky Henderson.
If there was a way to augment baseball history and put Ricky Henderson on the Cubs, I would do that. I mean,
I know that. That's why I'm saying. That's why you can.
Right.
Well, you can tell everything. All right, you guys. In like 20 to 30
4 shot here.
seconds. Yeah. Just start on the 4 shot.
We got the full screen though coming back first of the bracket.
Yep.
Well,
Are
that's
you
good.
ready,
I guess
Cole?
my son has a baseball bat in his hand, so that's good at least.
He's gonna come in like Ice Cube
not.
on
right.
Straight Outta Compton when he wanted his money.
Please, I really want him to come into this shot with that baseball bat. It will make my day. I need you to work through it, Ryan. You got to keep pushing through
No,
it.
I'm good.
No, it's all good. All good. All right, you guys. Good energy here. Last segment. Here we go, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
All right, welcome back to Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. Now, Marquee Sports Network is revealing the field of 16. It's our ultimate Cubs lineup tournament bracket presented by UI Health. Now, we're picking any current or former Cub as long as they wore the uniform. Now, we're going to use Stratomatic to simulate these games over the next couple of weeks on Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. And back here on the show, Bruce, Elise, and Ryan. And we all have our lineup set in stone. Never mind the fact that Ryan lost to Matt Spiegel earlier in the week. We'll talk about that later. But either way, the lineups are all over on MarqueeSportsNetwork.com. And it's time now to defend our lineups and ultimately determine that my lineup is the best. And Ryan, I'll start with you. You lost to Spiegs, man. What happened?
Well, I mean, I thought I had the ultimate lineup, but apparently not. I just kind of built my lineup around speed, defense. I felt like I had the best versatility, guys, being able to come off the bench, being put in any situation. Hopefully I have to come back and get them on that next one.
Well, Ryan, I can argue that my lineup is better than yours since yours has already been beaten. But here's the thing with mine. I've looked at like the intangibles, the X factor, the chemistry of my team. I have Brizzo, I have Mr. Cub, and then guys who can hit. And here's the thing. I hit my pitcher, Greg Maddux, 8th. If I don't blow up Stratomatic with that, I think I can win because I like having that second leadoff in the 9 hole. And then they have a manager, if I do say so myself, that can really make some good game time decisions.
Well, I went with only 7 Hall of Famers in my group, 25 Gold Glovers, and the fact that it's so balanced that Javier Baez can only be the utility man in this team, and he'll come in and win the game ultimately, at least a couple of these games as I move toward the championship. But with Greg Maddux starting and Bruce Sutter in relief, I'm pretty confident that we're going to the
Bruce,
finals.
we should just not even play. Your team should just already have won the tournament. I mean, we don't even need to have you play.
Hey, I want a chance.
The only problem is Bruce is going toe-to-toe with me and my lineup. We both have Ryan Sandberg hitting leadoff, and we both have Greg Maddux on the hill. But after that, Bruce, it's a wash. When we cross paths, our friendship is going right out the window because all I want to do is win this Ultimate Cubs lineup. We'll see who
I'm very
actually
worried,
is the
Paul.
victor once
Very
it's all
worried.
said and done with, once that dust settles. But until then, our time here on Cubs 360 has reached its time. So for everybody at Marquee Sports Network, including Bruce, Elise, and Ryan, I'm Cole Wright. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, everybody.
All right, everybody's clear with the exception of Cole. Good job today, you guys. Have a
Hey,
good
thanks for
weekend.
letting me.
Okay.
Good seeing
Thanks for
everybody.
letting me
Take
know.
care.
Thanks for letting me know I lost. I was gonna say how good my team was, and I didn't even know I played already.
Take care. Good working with everybody.
Bye.
All right, see you
Likewise.
guys.
Have a good
All right,
weekend.
guys.
Cole, we got to do best of.
You got it. Ready to roll, dude.
Hey Cole, are you still using the same camera that you always have? Out of curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Why does it look better, worse? What's
No, yeah, you look fine to me. I'm just double checking the green screen here.
you're like, hey, is that a new shirt? No. Yeah, it looks great. Hey, it looks good on you. Did you get a free bowl of soup with that? Kevin, favorite funny movie?
All right.
Put me on
Malik,
the
you got a
spot
favorite
there.
funny movie? Favorite comedy, Malik?
Training day.
What? That's not no comedy.
All right, well, the
Shawshank
way
Redemption.
kind of funny to me. The way he's acting, you can't take him
Jake.
serious.
He should have never won an Academy Award for that. That was a makeup award.
He earned it. So overall,
He did, but I don't know for that movie. That's not an award worthy movie. It's just an action.
no. It's just so funny though. The way you can't take him serious.
It's like we missed him on Hurricane, we missed him on Glory, we missed him
Well, you
on
missed him on
Malcolm
Malcolm
X.
X.
So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
give it to him for Training Day. What? Did you see Malcolm X defuse? Or not Malcolm? Did you see Denzel defuse a situation yesterday, like on the streets
Yeah.
of L.A.?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was
Huh?
a while ago though. I think that was last
Oh,
week.
that wasn't yesterday. I thought. Oh, was it? Okay, I thought
No,
it was yesterday. That's why I just saw it yesterday for the first time.
it's amazing how out of shape he gets in between roles.
I mean, he's getting old, man. Denzel's not. He's no spring chicken. I mean, he's over 60. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got to be right.
Yeah. He lives in the building next door to my brother, and my sister-in-law never has great things to say about him. It's like, whoa, take it easy. It's the hurricane. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why you got beef with Denzel for?
All right, so let's knock these out, Cole.
Yep.
Okay, first one's on camera. You can just count yourself in for these. Kevin, you ready?
I'm rolling. I'm good to go.
Okay. Just count yourself in, Cole, and
All
we'll
right.
go.
Let's try to get these things knocked out nice and tidy. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Hey there, Cubs fans. Cole Wright with you on a weekend, which can mean only one thing. It's time for the best of Cubs 360, presented by Miller Lite. Now, we had another splendid week here on the show. We had Mike Napoli and Jason Kipnis. They stopped by to relive 2016 from an Indians perspective. We all remember 2016, right? Of course we do, especially Roy Wood Jr., comedian and Cubs fan. He talks all about 2016 and his attire when the Cubs were able to hoist that trophy. But let's get back to Jason Kipnis, because he's not currently on the 40-man roster, but he still has a chance to be the Cubs starting second baseman, as he told Taylor McGregor and I when he caught up with us earlier in the week right here on Cubs 360.
Are you saying best of? Just remember to
Off the
say
top,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, no,
good.
on the top I did.
Yep. All right, then this tease is off camera.
Oh, yeah. Let me get back into that because I forgot I put teasers on my phone. Anything open up by you yet, Malik? Anything in the suburbs have you heard of yet?
No, absolutely not.
Good.
No.
I mean,
It's
it's getting there. Hold on a second. Let me.
Go ahead. Take that.
The green halo.
What's up, Mike?
You talking about with me?
Yeah, let me see what
Cole, do you got me?
Yep.
Yep.
I don't see it on the blue
Yep.
phone.
Whenever you're ready. Wait, hold on, Kevin. Can we get the?
time, Malik.
My fault, guys.
No, all good. We're looking at something real quick.
You think if I turn the light off, it'll on the red background, it won't be as reflective?
No, yeah, we need the light on. I think you look fine.
I just didn't know if it made it the green around my head or whatever. I don't know.
But to answer your question, Cole, nothing is open yet.
No, nothing. No.